Next, we're going to add some default values. So the Red Ball Pizza is in Ormond, Florida. So we can go ahead and figure that many of our residents are going to be from Ormond Beach and in Florida. So those are going to be the values that they're going to want to enter. And if we give a default value, then they won't have to manually add them. So it'll really help out our users when we can provide that for them. Go down to where we can find the city. So there's the city. So what we're going to add now is, to get a default value, is we use the value attribute. So the value attribute, we're going to set it to Ormond Beach for the city. And I'm going to save this. And then for the state, I'm going to do the same thing, add a value attribute. And here I'm going to put FL for Florida for the state. So if I do that and refresh, then what happens is those values are preloaded into those fields. And so they'll show up, they'll display, they'll also be the value that is stored in the field for that input element. So that's how you get a default value. Now, for some of the others, we want to give hints, and we don't use input and we don't use value for that. If we want to give hints, then what we want to do is use a placeholder. And these are a little bit different. And we want to do it, let's do one for the name. So up here in the name, we're going to add an attribute, and the attribute is actually called placeholder. And in here, we're going to put a hint. And here we want to say first and last name. And I save that. Now notice the editor drops me down and says you're way past that 80 characters. So it just put each of the attributes on an individual line. So there's our placeholder there. If we go look at what that looks like and refresh it, then notice how this shows up. It's a little bit lighter text, and this does not actually put any value in the field. So that field will not have a value, even though you can see it's just a hint. Another thing about this is that each browser styles that the way that they want. So they might look a little bit different. The placeholders might look a little bit different on each different browser. There are workarounds to be able to set those, but the browser itself sets those by default, and it's not direct to do that. Okay, let's go to the zip, and let's give them some information about what that zip should look like. So again, we'll do a placeholder, and this time we'll just say, well, do 5 digits, and then optionally you can add a hyphen and 4 more digits if you want. And there we're just giving him that clue. And on the phone number, we'll also tell him what we expect on the phone number. So we'll add a placeholder here, and we'll say we expect the phone number to look like an area code, then a space, then 3 digits and a hyphen, and then 4 more digits. So we save that. And again, these are long enough that it's spreading, the editor's spreading them out for me. Now I refresh, and there we have hints in these ones. Now when we click there, then we can type whatever zip code we want, and it goes away. As soon as we start typing the name, the hint goes away. So they need to be able to look at the hint first before they start typing. If they back up and get rid of it, then they can go ahead and see the hint again. On these ones, you can change the city. So if somebody visits from another city, they can go ahead and type in something else, right? They could say, oh, we came to visit from Ogden, so they can replace it. And so the unusual customer, the one from far away, can go ahead and change that. But the more normal customer will just simply default that. They'll just use the default value. So that's how you add default values and placeholders.